Fundamentally, it means four things. Firstly, it means to have a Christ-like mind, to have a Christian worldview, to think of the world in the way that Jesus thought of it, and particularly in the categories of creation, that we're made for a relationship with God, of fall, that we are sinful human beings in needing of rescue, in terms of redemption, that God has intervened by coming into our world through his dealings with the Jewish people, and most perfectly in the person of Christ, God the Son, who died on a cross and rose from the dead to save us, and that we might have a relationship with him. And then finally, future hope, that we're headed to a new heaven and a new earth. So we've got to have a Christ-like mind, thinking in terms of creation, fall, redemption, and future hope. That's the trajectory we're on. Secondly, I think being Christ-like in ethics is about Christian obedience. If you love me, you'll obey my commandments. And that means in ethics, respect for the sanctity of life, respect for the unique relationship of marriage and God's plan for sexuality, respect for telling the truth, for confidentiality, for protecting the vulnerable and those who can be exploited, for caring for the earth in the way that God himself would care for it, Christ-like obedience. I think the third thing is about Christ-like character. It's one thing to know what to do, what the right thing is to do. It's another thing altogether to have the patience and the courage and the character to be able to do it. But having a Christ-like character is about showing the fruit of the Spirit in our lives, that love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control that the Apostle Paul talks about. And then finally, I think it's about Christ-like cross-bearing, that we're willing to invest our lives to suffer, to take the burden of looking and caring for others, particularly those who are vulnerable. But I think Christ-like cross-bearing also means willing to be a voice for the voiceless, willing to speak the unpalatable truth that the world doesn't want to hear, and willing to pay the price of doing that. So being Christ-like in ethics is about a Christ-like mind, Christ-like obedience, Christ-like character, and Christ-like cross-bearing.